Watching the warm-up, presented by your local North Texas Geico agents. We are previewing the girls' postseason play, plus taking a look at key boys district play. So let's get ready for our Valentine's Day basketball. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so don't forget to make plans for that special someone. But if you need an idea for what to watch, I have a few. We have some key Friday matchups on the boys' side that you could go watch for your Valentine's Day plans. It's rematch time in District 8-6A. Richardson gets to host Duncanville this time around, as we all remember their first meeting. Micah Peavy made 2 buzzer beaters to force overtime and then to win it the last time they played. Despite controlling the first 3 quarters behind sophomore Raylan Griffin and Kaysen Wallace, Richardson faltered down the stretch, and they are now a game behind the Panthers. The Eagles will have a rowdy crowd as they try to beat Duncanville and gain a share of the 8-6A crown. How about Newman Smith? The Trojans still have not lost all season, and Highland Park will be their last regular season test. Jaron Cook leads the way for Newman Smith as they look to sweep the Scots and clinch the title. 6-6A is always a mess, but with only 2 games left, each game is that much more important. Louisville takes on crosstown rival Flower Mound, with neither team able to afford a loss. If the Jaguars can contain Keontae George, Flower Mound should get past this test. And the SPC private school playoffs begin Thursday, with the championship set for Saturday afternoon. Look for St. Mark's to be playing in that game behind the play of Harrison Ingram and Colin Smith. The Lions are a young team, so expect a couple of more years of them taking the title. The girls' postseason begins next week, and here are some of the teams to look for to make a run to state. 6A Region 1 is probably the most competitive in the state. Not only does it have powerhouse teams like Arlington Martin, DeSoto, Keller, Denton Geyer, and others, but it also is star-studded. Look for Myra Gordon and LD Bell to try to make a run, along with Irving MacArthur, with a healthy Sarah Andrews and Hannah Gusters. All of these teams are solid contenders, but you can't forget about a well-rested Deja Kelly and the Duncanville Pantherettes. The Pantherettes have all the tools to make it to San Antonio. In 6A Region 2, there are 2 teams that stick out, Saxe and Plano, and both were in the 2018 state tournament with the Lady Wildcats winning it. They could easily meet each other in this year's regional final. If you're looking at a favorite in 5A Region 1, you have to look at Mansfield Timberview. The Lady Wolves have been denied in the state final and came 2 out of the last 3 years and have a team that could be heading back this year. Also, don't look past Denton Braswell, who may surprise some and make it to San Antonio. 4A Region 1 should be very interesting. Argyle has won the past 6 state titles, but there is another team on the hunt. Crum beat the Lady Eagles last week and only lost to them in overtime the first time. We could see a third battle between these 2 in postseason. There should be some real standout performances this week. Let's take a look at a few players who could win an MVP bobblehead. He knocked down 2 buzzer beaters the last time they played Richardson, so look for Duncanville's Micah Peavy to have another big game. The heart and soul of the Panther squad could come up big Friday night. Irving MacArthur's Sarah Andrews is about 90%, but the Lady Cardinals will need her to be at her best if they hope to knock off Flower Mound. Andrews always steps up for big games, and this is a chance to help Irving Mack win a district crown. If Carrollton Newman Smith hopes to finish the regular season undefeated, they'll need point guard Tybut Tangan to shine. Tangan runs the Trojan offense and make sure they get the best possible shot. Let's take a look at the final boys rankings of the year. Duncanville is number 1, but they will need to play their A game against Richardson. Lancaster put up 200-point games last week, and they're number 2. Allen got another big win in district play against Prosper, and they are at 3. Coming in at 4 and 5 is private school studs St. Mark's and John Paul II. We're not done yet. It's time for the extra point. It's almost that time. What time, you might be wondering? It's almost time for the Olympics. The 2020 Tokyo Games are close, and there are 3 DFW natives that you might be seeing going for gold. Seagoville's LaMarcus Aldridge, the Trinity Trojans' Miles Turner, and Flower Mound native Marcus Smart are 3 of the 44 players in contention to make the 12-member basketball team. Former Duncanville basketball player Jalen Harris had a huge week for the University of Nevada. He scored 70 points and earned the Mountain West Player of the Week and had his 4th consecutive 30-point game. That's all we have for this week's episode. To stay up to date with all things inside high school sports, follow our social accounts. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. That'll get you ready for the highlight of the sports weekend. Wingstop Inside High School Sports, Saturday at 6:30 p.m. on NBC5, hosted by Pat Doney. Thank you for watching The Warmup, presented by your local North Texas Geico agents. To find the office nearest you, go to geico.com/DFW. I'm Ashley Bullington, and I hope you've gotten warmed up for all the hardwood action and your Valentine's Day activities.